Hello everyone, so today I would like to show you a new hair tool I purchased a few days ago and I used it for the first time today. This is a perfect wave iron from Remington. It is an iron that has this interesting structure in the middle, and when you pull your hair through and squeeze the iron, then this is what you get. You get small beach waves and the hair gets a little bit more volume. So in this video I'm going to show you first how it works, how to style the hair with this iron, and then I'm gonna tell you a few words and where I bought this, so have fun. Here again the wave iron. I'm going to show you the power switch. This is this little one. It blinks red, and once it's hot it stops blinking and it only shines green, and the little circle was to regulate the temperature. I have already heat protection on my hair, and now I'm going to clip several strands of hair away so that I can start with first strand. I started with the lowest temperature in order to see if that would work for my type of hair. I have quite strong hair, although it's colored, and I could see once after I've been done with this strand that I would need to hold the tweezers too long on my hair, so I enhanced the temperature once I was done with this strand. And you can also see that the wave was a little flat, so it was definitely necessary for me to use a little bit more heat. On the next strand I could already tell that it was not necessary to hold it that long. I could only clip it together shortly and then let go, and the wave was a little bit more shaped. So this is what I've done then on my entire head. There is a possibility that you start waving your hair either very close to your roots, or you go like several inches further and then it's a little bit flatter on the top of your head. So it's up to you what you think looks the best. Now I'm going to turn from side to side so that you can see how the entire head looked like once I was done with this iron. So I'm gonna shake my head also, that you can see how the hair moves, that you have an imagination what would you get if you had this device. And the next clips are from the second day. You can see clearly that the waves are flatter and the hairstyle doesn't look very nice on the second day. The ends are quite flat and straighter, so I have decided to pin the hair back at least kind of half ups so that it looks much better than when it's open, but I still find that it doesn't look so great on the next day. I found it only nice on the first day. In order to be able to evaluate this product somehow that it makes sense, I have decided we need some kind of a table with several categories that we could evaluate, so that in the future when I film a review for another product you can easily compare with the products I filmed reviews for. So I came up with 7 categories. The first is design, and with design it's meant not only the optical side but also the practical side. So when we start with just how it looks, I think it's a really good looking device. I like it. I like simplicity, so it's just plain black where you have some shiny and matte parts. I think it's really good looking thing. And I also like the fact that it has a safety switch, because it turns off after 60 minutes by itself in case you forgot it. I like this part, the flexible end of the cord, because that way you don't have a mess while using this device. You can just turn it as you wish. What I don't like so much is that the cable could be a little bit longer. I think this is really just average length for a cable on a styling design device, and I think it would be awesome if it would be a bit longer than that. So definitely, I don't know, like half a meter in, you know, I have no idea what it is in inches, but that would be cool. And also what I would welcome would be if this part would be a bit higher, because that way the waves would be a little bit more plastic, they would have a little bit more defined shape, and I wouldn't have the problem that the next day they look rather flat and I need to put my hair up already on next day, because it's still a device where you use heat, and this is a part that would definitely change how the waves look. So a little bit like 1 inch higher, that would make the difference for me. So I have decided in this category to award only half a point. The second category is the time necessary the preparation time. This is the time that it's necessary for you to set the device up so that you can start styling your hair. That is definitely a full point. The device is assembled. There is nothing that needs to be additionally assembled. All you have to do is to plug it in a socket, turn it on, wait 30 seconds, and you're ready to go. So this is awesome. The third category is the part where I decide, is it easy or is it difficult to use. So I have decided to award full points because I think it's very easy to use. All you have to do is just to squeeze the hair in between the plates. What you have to mind though is that the hair shouldn't be too thin at the end, because I have the feeling that you don't get the same results. I think if the hair is like that thick, I mean 1 strand of hair, that's probably the ideal part that you should style with it, or even a little bit thicker because it spreads overall over the plate. But if it's too thin, I had the feeling that the hair tends to bending sidewards, and I wasn't able to achieve the nice shape at the end. So the strand shouldn't be just too thin. That's the only thing, but other than that, the hair doesn't get tangled anywhere, so it's really easy to use. So definitely full points. Fourth category is the time necessary to style your hair. Definitely full points. I needed only 20 minutes, and that's awesome because normally I need like 1 hour when I use curling iron. So this is just, yeah, thumbs up for that. So full points. The fifth category is how long the hairstyling lasts. And I think there is just half a point, okay, because as I said at the beginning, the curls or the waves are not really shaped that much. They are really nice soft waves, but that's just for 1 day. So 1 entire day your hair looks great, or at least my hair, because of course everyone has a little different type of hair, and sometimes curls or waves are lasting longer on some types of hair, on some not. So I'm one of those persons, when I use curling iron or flat iron or whatever, then I have just a feeling that it could really last a little bit longer. And for me, the problem here is if the curls are a little bit looser, if I have regular curls, it still looks good on the next day. But this type of waves on the next day, it looks more like if I were just braiding my hair overnight and that's it. It doesn't look so great on the next day, or at least I don't like it, how it looks like. It's very personal, of course. So some people will see it a little bit differently, but I see it that way, and that's why I decided that it doesn't last so long. I wish the hair would look good at least 2 or 3 days, and that's not the case here, so just half a point. We're coming to the sixth category, which is the balance between the price and the performance. So I think this is also average, just half a point, because if you use this iron or this wave iron just for 1 day, like for a photo shooting, for some event, your hair is going to look awesome. So this is definitely a good thing. But the normal price was $49.99. I paid just $35.90, so I paid like 14 euros less. And I think if I were to pay the full price, I would be actually quite angry that the hair lasts just 1 day really good looking, and that wouldn't be something that I would buy again. So I decided to award just half a point. And the seventh category is the overall impression. I like the fact that they have a safety switch, that you don't have to worry that you would kind of burn your house down if you forget to turn this thing off. I like the design, I like some parts about it, but the most important part for me would be to have styled hair perfectly for at least 2 or 3 days, and this is not the case. So I think if you're looking for a device that is just for some special occasions, definitely a thing you would want to buy if the way how the waves looked on the first day were the thing you're looking for. If you're looking for a device that will make your hair pretty for several days, it's definitely not the right thing to buy. So that's why I've decided to to award just half a point. So altogether we come to 5 points from 7. So what I would like to know from you guys is, does anyone have this exact device and what is your experience with it? Or does anyone of you also uses another type of wave iron? That I would like to know. Maybe you have some idea which one would be better, or yeah, whatever. Just let me know what you're using and what your experience is. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment or a thumb up. And if you're new here, I would be happy if you subscribe, and welcome here. If you want to, you can also visit me on Facebook, Instagram, and on the webpage. You will find links in the info below this video. And thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you with the next video. Bye!